Last time we talked about the circle and the square. The circle representing time, the square representing space. So we have space and time. Space and time, who is that regulated by? It's regulated by the planet Saturn. In Christian terms, it would be Satan, because this is our prison. We're born into time, we will die because the beast is time. So now I want to show you who uses that symbol, how it's disguised. We'll just start out, let's just use the Masons. The Masons symbol, I'll post it for you before the video's over, is a compass, like a architect's compass, which is interesting because the Masons call Satan the great architect. It's like in the Matrix. You remember the Matrix, the movie? The architect? The Jews call him the great designer. Now both of those, the Hebrew religion and the Masons are both from the same basket, if you will. So their symbol is a compass, like this, and a builder's square. And they overlap them like this. And you got the builder's square. Okay, you see it there? You've got a compass and you've got a builder's square. In reality, what that is, that goes back to this right here. Underneath, you see it right here, sorry. Underneath, that's the seal of Saturn. Yeah, that's the seal of Saturn. If we just connect a few things here, we can find out who's doing what. So we're just going to draw a line across. And there you have what is considered the Star of David, but the problem is David didn't have a star. That is the seal of Solomon. So we know that the 6-pointed star is the seal of Solomon, and the seal of Solomon comes from the seal of Saturn. The seal of Saturn is disguised within the Mason as a compass and a square. But what does a compass and a square make? The compass makes a circle, and the square makes a square. So you have a circle, which is made by the compass, which represents time, and you have the square, which represents, if you have 4, you can make a square. So you have time and space, and who's in charge of time and space? That guy, Saturn. And Saturn is the for all intents and purposes, Saturn is the code name for Satan. These guys learned a long time ago, going back to the time of Cain, how to tap into Saturn's negative energy. That's why everything is associated with Saturn is bad. If you go to start looking and scanning Jewish websites, you'll start seeing two objects, Saturn and the moon. Those two together are what they set these it's not just these two, but predominantly Saturn is the biggie. If you look in the Jewish websites, you'll see the moon and Saturn. Those are the two things that the Jews revere above everything else. The moon is like a timepiece. All the Jewish holidays start at sundown. Saturn, which is Satan, throughout the biblical history and even to this day, people don't realize that they're worshiping Saturn. Sorry guys, it's true. All of these names that they have for different gods, it all goes back to Saturn. The circle and the square, the compass and the square, it's all Saturnistic. Inside they have a G inside the Masonic symbol. If you see it here, the G. It has different meanings. One of them is geometry. Why is it geometry? Because it's called sacred geometry. They use different geometrical shapes for different meanings. The cube, the triangle, the dodecahedron, the dodecahedron. All of those things have occultic meanings. you know, they hide it like the sunflower is part of sacred geometry. The sunflower represents the black sun. The black sun is Saturn. Okay, so why is that? The outside of the sun flower has the petals, which give the illusion that that's light coming off. But the inside of a sunflower where the seeds are at is all dark. The dark star is Saturn. Hitler was in the order of the dark star, or the black sun. That song by Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun, that's Saturn. Everything on this planet goes back to the worship of Saturn. But in this case, I just wanted to show you that the Masons, circle and a square, create the circle and a square, which is time and space, which is the God of this world. I told you, it's time and space. It destroys everything. Jesus was not being able to be touched by it because he was timeless. The two don't have anything in common. So that's where that comes from.